We did the Thanksgiving Pie Social for social activities. So the Thanksgiving Pie Social is where it's just a place for students and families who are affiliated with BYU Idaho to come, and they could get any flavor pie that they wanted, and they could have as much as they wanted. And then we had different events like we had a grateful chart that people would write what they're thankful for. We had a photo booth that people could take pictures with their friends. We had music in the background. We had games, just a lot of things for people to do, and just so they can feel at home away from home if they're here for Thanksgiving break. For social activities, they have meetings every Monday, so we met with them for about an hour, and then we met with our event coordinator and we talked to him about everything we had done during the previous weeks and just what we needed to do that week and the progress that we've been making. They didn't have as much success last year, so we wanted to kind of prove that we could make it more successful, and we got more people involved. So they had just over 100 people last year, and they only bought like 20 pies. And then this year we had 387 people come, and we bought over 150 pies.
I got really stressed out when I saw all the people, and I think part of the reason I got so stressed out was because the ticket lady was holding people outside and wasn't letting anyone in. And once we said that she could let them in, then a huge rush of people came and we just weren't expecting it. I was expecting like maybe 100. I wasn't expecting any more than that.
Probably the biggest problem was we didn't really know how many people to expect and how many pies we should get. So we thought we had gotten more than enough pies because we started out with 66 pies, and so a problem was we ran out of pies and the plates and the forks, but thankfully we had enough volunteers to help us get some more during the event.
I guess even though it stressed me out to see all the people there, it made me feel good that many people came just because I wasn't expecting it. During the event I was mostly cutting the pies, slicing the pies, and running them out. And I was pretty much doing that for the full 2 hours. Well, I think it would have been good to have more volunteers, just to have them cutting, because we were going pretty fast, cutting all the pies, trying to get them all out there. And I think it would have been helpful if we had people cutting them, and then people running them out, and then maybe having them be able to have breaks, because none of the volunteers got breaks at all.
The most stressful part about the event was the day of the event and how much stuff we had to get done. We had to get all the tablecloths, and when we were putting out the tablecloths on the table, we realized we were missing about 6 of them, and me and Lauren started panicking. And we got a hold of our event coordinator, and she told us that she was just washing the tablecloths. So we were so relieved that we had enough tablecloths. So that was a really stressful moment. But other than that, I tried to remain calm, and I tried not to be too stressed during the event. I feel like me, Missy, and Lauren really communicated really well during the whole planning process. We had class 2 times a week, so we got to touch bases during class, and then we also had a meeting every Monday. So that was really great to get together then too and catch up on what we needed to do. Our group leader, Missy, did a really good job at communication and just being in charge and really responsible over everything. And I know that we couldn't have done everything without her taking the lead, and it just really helped.
My favorite part was planning it with Lauren and Janelle, and just the camaraderie, and then also just preparing for a real life situation. I mean, we had basically 375 people we had to please, and I kind of like the stress of events, so it was fun just being in the moment and just having to run around and just seeing the success that our event brought.
I thought the decorations were fun, just doing all the little cute things. That was my favorite. We did die cuts, and we made little flag banners. Then for the centerpieces, we had some stuff from social activities, and we gathered that and made centerpieces, and we had tablecloths from social activities, so it was really helpful to have social activities, all their decorations.
I definitely learned you have to be over-prepared no matter what, and even if it is spending $100 more on pies that you don't know if they'll be used, I think it all works out in the end.
So during the event, we did a survey. We put out a piece of paper on the table and some pens, and we kind of asked people what they thought about the event and if they thought it was organized and how they would rate the event. And so many people loved the event and they said great things about it, and they rated our event. I mean, most of the people rated our event at the highest rating, which was a 5. And so we were happy about that. Some people did feel like they wanted different kinds of pies or more pie, but we already had about 15 different pies out. So, you know, you can't please everybody. That's something I've learned, is no matter what, people are still going to be unsatisfied with certain parts about the event. So you just kind of have to expect that.